Yo, what's going on? You are now tuned in to the Inside Wolves podcast, your home for entertainment, enlightenment, where we discuss and give our takes on what's going on in not only music, entertainment, general news, and everything pop culture. Make sure you subscribe, share. Let's get into it.
3, 2, 1. You can't step. Stepping ain't free, my nigga. Best believe IW on the scene. Entertainment and enlightenment with a dash of comedy. This step ain't free. About to start the show. If you don't subscribe, then you a hoe. I'ma say it twice, then you a hoe. This step ain't free. I need to subscribe. Stop fucking playing with us. We too good for that shit. Subscribe, like, share, do all that shit. It's Inside Wolves, nigga. Let's go. Welcome to the Inside Wolves Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Inside Wolves podcast, hosted by yours truly, Inside Wolves Entertainment crew. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Jay Million, DeVillion. I got all my co-hosts here with us. You know what I'm saying? We coming on some real shit today. We just had a message to let y'all know because everybody got to stop hating out there, okay? It's time to show some love, fellas. It's time to show some love, ladies. You know what I'm saying? Let my man Rome introduce himself. Go ahead, Rome. I'm at a party. Yo, go ahead, John. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
There's so much wrong with that intro, bro. All right, man. Big Rome, blessed and highly favored, blessed and highly confused. We gonna keep it going. We gonna keep it going.
Yeah, it's the fan favorite, Juju, AJ.
See how all these niggas fucked up today. Fucked up.
Very
what they expect.
A nigga is behooved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't even know what that means.
Exactly. But yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, that was an intro.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you go ahead jump into that right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
hey, you know what, Javen? As a matter of fact,
yeah,
I gotta slide with my nigga. Y'all gotta show some goddamn love on these goddamn videos, goddamn recordings. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I
comment,
understand
subscribe, share. You feel me?
I understand the message. Sure. I definitely understand the message. But yeah. So I definitely support that.
You know I'm saying? But that was a bit aggressive.
The message. I'm not jacking.
That was an interesting
I'm not jacking who the message is coming from. I don't want the same nigga talking about eating wings, drink some Henny, and hate on a nigga talking about some show some love. You know what I'm saying? We all just need a little love. You the last nigga.
Hey man, there's some hating ass nigga don't mean I can't ask. That's crazy, man.
Fair enough. Actually, hey, that's a very good point.
Niggas trying to take my rights.
That nigga said, "Do as I say, not as I do." Okay, got you.
Fair enough. Yeah, can't knock him for asking. Well, nonetheless,
we got a great episode today.
Let's go ahead and do it, people. Let's slide. Yep. Let's get right into it, and let's jump right into this with. Speaking of that, Javen, let's go ahead and jump straight into this on the topic of vulnerability.
I showed a lot right there.
The people right here, the world right here in general is getting a lot more vulnerable. And however you could perceive that, however you take that, that's up to your own perception. But you could definitely say the world is getting a lot more vulnerable in the sense of people are being a lot more open about their feelings, about their thoughts, about their experiences, how things make them feel. And I'd like your guys' opinions on this, vulnerability. What do you think? Good, bad, more, less?
Man, we need. What I will say is vulnerability is good, and it's definitely, like you said, it's something that's becoming more common, especially in all these different forms of expression, art forms of expression. Music is definitely one of them. For example, we just had Kendrick Lamar's album, with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. You could see a lot of just him like kind of opening up and just showing things that are going on in his life, what he's thinking, his mental and things like that. And we need a lot more of that because you look at like Instagram and shit like that, and all it is capping. Niggas is faking, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really showing that, you go on and you see niggas that got pages, shorties that got pages, and it's 5 pictures. All 5 of them pictures, they got a different outfit. That's the only 5 outfits them niggas got. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question, Javen. Actually, I want to question this for you. This Kendrick album that you spoke on, it being so real, I think and I'm not no music head, but I think this was the most controversially received Kendrick album. So what does that say for that whole vulnerability side of things? Because this one was the one that didn't get just the outright standing ovation like the past few.
Well, I say honestly, I feel like at a certain point too, when you become bigger than just the music, because we know whether you like Kendrick Lamar or not, you can't argue that he is one of the like faces of hip hop right now. Like he's just one of those guys that has a face. So I think when it becomes like that, you start getting into your bag, he's a great artist. You just start saying like, fuck it, I don't even care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to really express myself now. I'm not really writing for you. I'm not writing for the fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm not writing another Good Kid, Mad City. You know what I mean? Even though that was something that was him as well too. I'm not writing another Money Trees. I'm gonna write Auntie's Diaries. I'm gonna write about some shit that I've been going through for the past couple, because I'm trying to express myself finally instead of getting that deal. What you got to say, Lee?
I mean, to the fans' defense, bro, and I'm saying, Jimmy, you should know this. I'm saying you're a Kendrick fan. To the fans' defense, bro, I mean, you can make the argument that this is like his most vulnerable album, but Kendrick has been very vulnerable with his music over the years for a long time. For an extremely long time. And I feel like the response from the fans came from a standpoint of they were like, we get it. Like they were like, okay, like we know, like I think someone was like, bro, we know, like we don't want to hear you talk about being a Hotep in Compton or something like that. Or maybe that's how like summed up his music. And I'm saying I feel like I don't think the negative response was due to the vulnerability, more so to the fact that we live in a like a lot of people today, like our attention spans are shorter, so they're like, okay, we get it, and they wanted something. I don't know. They're just good on it, I guess.
I think. So you know what I'm saying. I at least I'm gonna finish it out on the Kendrick joint, but I think like his vulnerability on this album was just a lot more like in your face. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about. Like before, he wasn't talking about, you know, like his experiences with having, you know, a transgender, you know, aunt, you know, things like that. And just kind of like, so it's just more like in your face, like here, this is what it is. Like this is, and it's raw versus like, you know, Good Kid, Mad City and that's more relatable, I guess you could say. This time it's more so like, I don't even care if it's really relatable. It's just, boom, this is what it is. But I think it's a good thing because once again, at the end of the day, you start to be able to tap into more people, and I don't think it's not good to suppress feelings and emotions. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's really not. So,
yeah. And to Quinn's question originally, I definitely think we are way less vulnerable now as a whole. I definitely believe that for certain.
You think so?
You think we're a lot less vulnerable?
Yeah, I definitely think we're a lot less.
How you say that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people are I feel like we deal with a very vast fear of rejection from a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of people, I'm saying, if you took a vast percentile of the people, a lot of them emulate personality types or things they see elsewhere to type of mask, like put a veil over themselves in a sense. I feel like people are a lot less forthcoming with who they really are as people. And I mean, we don't even talk to people anymore. I mean, I think people are a lot more, you know what I'm saying, they're a lot more kept to themselves than they ever were. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I mean, more people than not wore their personalities, hearts, and souls and everything on their sleeves. You know what I'm saying? In generations past than us. So vulnerable, I mean, it takes a lot to peel back the layers of a person till you get to where they can truly be vulnerable today. So, I mean, yeah, I think as a whole, I think we're less vulnerable personally. But
I think it's completely opposite.
Me as well.
I think so too.
I think it's the complete opposite, because I feel like, just like how you said, nowadays people, they feel like they don't want to be shut off from other people because of these certain things. I feel like nowadays people are so forthcoming, or like, you know what I'm saying, coming forward with these things because they want to stand out. And a lot, like, days now, like, people don't care, you know what I'm saying, regardless of who likes you know what I'm saying, whatever piques your interest. You know what I'm saying? People nowadays, they're gonna put out whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, regardless of people liking it or not, you know what I'm saying, because that's something that they, you know what I'm saying, tend to show their interest into. So I would say people
But
are
you
definitely a lot
believe that to
more
be
vulnerable
truly
now.
them, and more so than a facade or something they just choose to put into the world.
I believe it's honestly them. Just look at how the increase of entrepreneurs has come to just over the years. These are people who, you know what I'm saying, they probably were vulnerable to something. It could have been even the business that they were trying to start from ground one. You know what I'm saying? People back in the day weren't trying to just, you know what I'm saying, leave no career type job and break off and do their own and branch off and do their own. You got people now wanting to do that now more than ever, you know what I'm saying, which I think is them showing, you know what I'm saying, their vulnerabilities and being a lot more forthcoming with these things.
I don't know if that, I wouldn't classify that as vulnerability.
Why
leaving
not?
your job, I think there can be a better example than leaving your job to show vulnerability. I don't think you're vulnerable for leaving your job. I mean, a lot of people leave their job for pay raises. I mean, when I think of vulnerability, let me phrase this so we can, I guess y'all can see the plane you know what I'm saying, I'm talking when I speak on vulnerability. By vulnerability, I'm thinking people are, like I said, more forthright with their genuine selves, who they are as people, and you know what I'm saying. Therefore, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature tend to lead to people being able to form more genuine relationships or connections with people. That's what I think of vulnerability. Well, I'm thinking of stuff of that nature.
I see where you're coming from now. Okay, I see the plane. I see where you're coming from with that right now, and I get what you're saying. And as far as that goes, I think that the world has gotten a lot more vulnerable. I think that what you're saying would lean towards the vulnerable side because people are a lot more vulnerable, and those connections are unable to be formed because a lot of people are like offended, hurt, really distraught by the other viewpoints of other sides and other ways of life of people. And these things peak vulnerabilities in their selves, in their egos, and also just in their ways of life. Because there's a lot of things that I think a lot of people nowadays are questioning that haven't been questioned before. And when you actually ask yourself questions that you have answers to, but actually just give yourself the verbal answer to why you feel the way you feel about certain things, and you kind of start to realize it's not really actually your opinion. It's actually something that you just picked up over the course of just talking to people and through social programming to a degree. You just feel like this is bad or feel like this shouldn't be the case. Therefore, you're just offended by it. So I think people got a lot more vulnerable nowadays in particular. So I see exactly what you're saying, Lee. I just think that it would go towards more vulnerable. And that's why these things are happening than less vulnerable.
But I think what you're like speaking to speaks to like the brittleness of their constitution. I think that speaks to how like easily their foundation is broken more than how vulnerable they actually are. Because
I think that's one of the
like
same.
If you were to ask me if like someone today is as guarded emotionally as someone in like the 70s was, I'd immediately tell you I think someone today is way more guarded emotionally. Like I think they're way more protective of their inmost, you know what I'm saying, feelings, beliefs, and thoughts than someone in the past would be.
Only reason I don't agree with that.
That's the complete opposite.
No, the only reason I don't agree with that is, and I think maybe this will give a little light into that. Maybe this will understand it. I think that would be the case if it relies on a traditional person. Because the person who lived within the norms of life back then, of course, they were wearing their heart on their sleeve because everybody was a lot more uniformed than within this nation back then, at least specific groups wise. We were less individualistic then than we are now, even though we were still individualistic then a bit. But what I'll say is that the people that were living alternative lifestyles are now feeling much more comfortable coming out. And because of that, that's where I think that people are becoming a lot more vulnerable in that respect. Because I don't think that those people were speaking out about how they were living and wore their heart on their sleeves nearly as much back then than they do now.
And I was like, even to like just go off of that, but even to go off of that, like just simply with like just your own feelings, like for example, of us as like young black men or just black people in general, we're not used to being able to express how we feel. And now in this century and just in this time and age, you see more people speaking about mental health in the black community, speaking about things like that. Those are not things that we would have done in 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, because those type of things were not common, and they weren't like, even if you felt that way, it wasn't something that you felt like you could even speak out and be able to to act on. But now, it's more common to be like, okay, like, yeah, I have a therapist that I talk to. I do this and that to be able to cope with this and that. And especially because we deal with so much trauma just in general as young black men, young black women, just black people in general. We deal with so much drama. So it's like, now you start to hear it in the music and the people that we like, not idolize, you're not supposed to idolize no figure of it, whatever. But there's the people that we, that are, more, heavy in the media and things like that. So your rappers, your singers, your, actresses, actors, politicians, you see it more now. People coming out and saying things that are really deep within themselves, and you're starting to be able to relate and be like, okay, like, yeah, if he can do it, she can do it, then I can do it too. And that's why I feel like the world is becoming a lot more vulnerable now. That's how I feel personally.
Well, I'm gonna speak to Quinn's first, and then back to you, Quinn. I definitely see what you're saying now that you put it like that. I definitely think we've definitely created a platform for people who, for more alternative groups. Yeah. So as far as that goes, yeah, I'll give it to them. I still stand where I stay with, like, as far as like a more major percentile of the population. I'd still stand on what I say. Javen, what you said, Javen, you think music is in a more vulnerable state? You think music as a whole?
Yeah, you said my name. You said my name. Right.
I was like, only targeted to you, bro.
I'm about to say, look.
Music is in a more vulnerable state now than it was. I give you Kendrick. But I mean, you think music is in a more vulnerable state now than it was?
I think, yes. You know what? And this is why I say why. Because now we have artists like Uzi, we have artists like Juice WRLD.
Bro, niggas like used to write tracks about niggas, about their wives cheating on them with niggas they know. Like, niggas used to, like, you're tripping.
First of all, who the fuck was you listening to on your playlist that got why was that in your rotation?
I'm not a music head. I need to know who wrote that one. Oh my god,
bro, the song is escaping me right now. But another R&B artist took this nigga's wife and he made a song about it.
First of all,
man,
that's not vulnerable.
That's like that might be at that point, nigga. That's public, nigga. You might as well talk about that. That's the thing you gotta talk about.
Like, I get injured, but as far, like, music, right, you're not gonna tell me music is more vulnerable today than it was.
What Riley say? He said, man. He said, look, Riley or Buddha. He said, hey. He said, I should take your bitch. Ah, damn. He said, I mean, if it was looking like T.I.
yeah.
He said, but not Usher. Yo, but listen, man. Look, I get that. Okay, if Trey Songz take your bitch, Chris Brown take your bitch, okay, I guess. There you go. You got to rap about that shit. Whatever. I mean, you might add that. Jason Derulo. Hell no.
That's how you know that shit's sad.
Nah.
You know that's
them niggas ain't singing. Them niggas ain't singing about nothing but getting some woman home. They sing about a night out with a shorty. About it. That's about you getting today, man. Back in the day, them niggas used to sing. They used to sing, blow. They would talk about their crack addictions and everything. Niggas,
all right, that's in the 70s. Yeah, 76. Okay, I got you with that. But I mean, if your level of vulnerability is you rapping about a nigga stealing your bitch, if it's not a diss track, if it's not a diss track, you fucked up.
The song was about him taking his nigga's girl, bro. What? I'm gonna remember the song. He took his nigga's girl. I'm gonna find the song.
Right. Especially back in that era, that was definitely the flow they was hitting too.
Bro. Nigga in the song, he talking crazy stuff too. Like, why would you leave your girl alone with me? And da 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 da. He nigga, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
That nigga was
like, violating.
I'm telling you.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie, because that's a good toss up right there as far as like the vulnerability. Because I'm thinking music back then, they had them 7-minute songs with 3-minute ballads where it's just soul, where they was just pouring out into that. Yeah. But then, like recently though, I'm not gonna lie to you, and this is just one single line out of like a most recent, actually, because I've been listening to a lot of Future album. Most recent line at the end of one of his songs, and I quote, "After I fuck you, let me cry on your shoulder."
Yo, niggas is not finna use Future. To personify.
That's about the most vulnerable thing I got right there,
bro. Ain't gonna lie to you, that's crazy.
That's vulnerable right there, man. And I quote, that's not vulnerable. That's not vulnerable. After I fuck you, let me cry on your shoulder. After we make love, let me cry on your shoulder.
Y'all gotta stop, bro.
Yo, we never cried at a sex before, yeah?
Yo, stop.
I don't think I can't say that. I actually don't think I have. I actually can't say that I think I've cried after sex. No, I can't think that.
Like, yo, y'all gotta stop holding that shit in, yo. Y'all gotta stop holding them tears in, yo. You guys let that shit out.
Well, because we were talking about vulnerability, let me ask you: Do y'all consider yourself?
Oh wow!
Yes. Thank you. You gotta let that shit out, nigga.
This nigga just started.
Let that shit out. Come on, we talking about being vulnerable. Juan.
This nigga started groaning.
Juan, yo, let that shit out, yo. Juan, don't, yo. Come back to life.
Nigga, you a clown nigga,
let
man.
That shit out, Juan. Yo,
listen, bro. God.
Hey, if y'all ain't gonna be vulnerable, I guess I gotta be vulnerable for y'all niggas.
That was gonna be my next question. Was, do you consider yourself a vulnerable person? Jesus.
Nah, not really. Yeah. But I don't really. Like, in all sincerity, I'm a very reserved person, especially with like my feelings and stuff like that. And it's a blessing and a curse, because obviously, you know, there's times where you be like, not a lot of things upset you, or things bring like a lot of things don't bring shit out of you. But then at the same time, I think a part of being vulnerable is being able to communicate well as well too about yourself and your feelings, and that is definitely a big part in, you know, being able to cope with a lot of shit too. So it's a blessing and a curse, really.
What you say? What would you say? Go ahead, Juan, because Juan said he was, and I'm curious real quick, because I have a theory on this actually.
I didn't really know, honestly. I feel like that's something I failed to do, which is communicate.
Oh, damn. Okay, never mind. I thought you was for real. Damn, never mind. Well, my theory on this actually is, one, no, I'm not, unfortunately. Similar to you as well, Javen. I pretty much kind of learned to temper the emotions very early, and it's a double-edged sword, because like you said, nothing really gets to you too harshly, but then things don't get to you in a good way also. So that kind of sucks. But I'm working on becoming more vulnerable, because that is an important thing in life. And also, I would like to say this about vulnerability. And this also was why I was hoping you were serious when you said you were, Juan. I don't think being vulnerable is a bad thing, and I don't think being vulnerable is a weak thing either. The importance of that is being strong enough to withstand the hits you're inevitably going to take while being vulnerable. Because it's going to come. The world's a cruel, cold place. But if you got a diamond chain on and a nice designer shirt, you can afford to be yourself, because when them attacks start coming in, I mean, hey, what you really going to say? I mean, hey, peep the fit. What do you really want to say? I'm saying, like, I'm saying, like, you can afford to be vulnerable. You can afford to be vulnerable if niggas want to check you, and it's like, all right, well, check me. I got it.
Yeah,
say something. I'm good. Then you can be vulnerable in a place like that. So I think that's my theory. I think you can be vulnerable, but that doesn't mean weak.
You know what I think the best thing about having the ability to even be vulnerable is, because like, just take for example, like, you know, I feel like I'm the type of person, I don't let things really get to me that much, but at the same time I'll let shit build up before I actually go off, which is something I probably shouldn't do. I probably should, you know what I'm saying, let those things be known early on. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just like brushing it off to the side and not letting it be known, not letting that, you know what I'm saying, be known as something that I don't like or anything like that. And then instead of just, like I said, just letting the shit build up and going off, I feel like it's good to express yourself early and let that be known rather than just letting it build.
Otherwise,
it take a real nigga to take the vulnerable route. You gotta be a real nigga,
bro. You gotta be built. You gotta be built. You gotta be built.
I'm a vulnerable nigga. Most niggas know. Hey, I am who I am when I talk to anybody in the confines of my space. I'm a vulnerable nigga. I wear my shit on my sleeve.
We know.
Let me know that I don't wear everything I got on my sleeve. But I'm saying it takes a real nigga to be a vulnerable nigga, man. Don't hate on the vulnerable cats. Don't hate on us vulnerable cats out here.
Yeah, I just said exactly. You gotta be built. You gotta be body for something like that.
My man's is getting married. My man's getting married this year, bro. He called me. He said, "Nah, man, niggas think the hard route. Niggas think taking the hard route mean going to sling a pack. Niggas can sling a pack. That's the easiest route. The hard route, go get you some wife and some kids. That's the hard route. That take a man to do that.
I feel like
that's a man.
Family.
I feel like it only takes a vulnerable nigga to actually sit and listen to Playboy Cardi. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure about that. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why I don't like Playboy Cardi. I don't know. But, you know, it's neither here nor there.
It might do.
Listen, one, I just want to let you know, man, you got to be able to show that. You got to show that vulnerability a little bit, man. You got to, yo. Otherwise, you're going to be the type of nigga that get mad, like, because the pillow not fluffed the right way. Like, because everything was bottled up from the day before.
No, Jamie, you dead right about that. No, because and then and speaking on, like, what you just said, Lee, as far as being vulnerable goes, like I said, I'm not a vulnerable person, but I'm working on doing so. And it starts by, like you said, living in truth and wearing that on your sleeve about who it is that you are, what it is that you're going through, and where you are, and just really accepting, hey, whatever opinions come with that, good, bad, or indifferent, you got to be secure enough in yourself to be able to do that. And a lot of people aren't, and that being the case, they aren't vulnerable because they're not secure enough in themselves, and they're not, frankly, proud of themselves in a lot of ways in which you could actually fix. You could fix a lot of the ways you're not proud of yourself to make yourself more secure, which will then in turn allow you to be more vulnerable. Because once the shit starts hitting, it's whatever.
Hey, but you know who also is vulnerable? You know what I'm saying? KD and Kyrie.
Especially Kyrie. Especially Kyrie.
And that's my dog too, yo. But he be yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard between being a Sixers fan and a Kyrie Irving fan, yo. You gotta understand my mental state is at a crazy level when basketball comes around, yo.
It's gotta be fluctuating at this point. It's just gotta be up and down, truthfully, because I get it.
The amount of migraines that I have during the season is crazy, Quinn. Between figuring out where the hell Kyrie gonna go, is he gonna play? You know what I'm saying? What the Sixers gonna do in the off season? Is Joel gonna get the help? You know, but you know, that's just to bring that up, man. The NBA, you know, off season has been crazy right now. There's been a lot of shit going on. Yeah, as we mentioned, KD and Kyrie, they went out of Brooklyn, man. Juan, how you feel about that as a KD fan?
As a KD supporter, you know, I definitely understand, you know what I'm saying, the mental headache it takes to just hear these bullshit ass questions, these allegations, you know what I'm saying? KD this, KD that, you know what I'm saying?
He said these bullshit.
I feel like it's a nigga that's finna hate right here.
That.
I feel like that nigga is going to
no, man.
Listen. Hey, man, I thought y'all wanted to trade. I thought y'all wanted to trade.
But I'm just saying, man, you know, I feel like, you know, and then
wish you had James.
You know, just to talk about Philly fans, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the help y'all just got was, you know what I'm saying, James Harden, he took a pay cut. That's all the help y'all need, right? Y'all got James. Y'all wanted James.
Y'all got James. Because we're gonna get the season done.
Y'all saw how he played last year, right? Deal with it.
Hey, you wish you had a nigga to take a pay cut for y'all. You wish you had a nigga to take a pay cut. You wish you had a nigga to get some. Listen, man. This is what I will say.
Franchise? Y'all got Bruce Brown. Nice, man.
They never got that nigga.
Bro, he's a KD fan. He's a KD fan.
The Nets are not my team.
He's a KD fan, man. He's a KD fan.
Wherever KD happens to, you know what I'm saying, whatever team that he's playing for, you know what I'm saying, that he's finna bring a ring to, that's why I'm gonna be supporting. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, the
coincidence.
ring.
So look. So let me ask you this. Because it's been floated around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So if he come to Philly, you gonna be a Philly fan?
Yeah, I'll support Philly.
That
shit is gonna be unstoppable. That shit gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I'm gonna say the bandwagon for him as soon as that happens. Yeah, well, just make sure to check off.
I got a question myself as well, actually, and just to drop the names, KD and Kyrie, each of them. Forget the fact of like what it would cost. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta think that deep into it. What's the team that you would like to see each of them on in this upcoming season? Since they're over here flipping and flopping, where would y'all like to see each of them at?
Crazy enough for me, for KD, I actually would want to see him go to Denver. I really would want to see him go to the Nuggets.
What's that picture of Scooby?
Where did that come from?
What's that picture of Scooby holding his stuff?
I'm just thinking of any other team. I'm thinking of any other team like other than the teams in the East that's, you know what I'm saying, that's on his list. I'm thinking that if you match him up with like a Jokic, because if it's with Embiid, that shit is definitely like that shit is done, bro. That shit is done. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas are gonna win a ring regardless. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like that nigga was just hating.
Oh, okay.
But I was trying to show Philly a little bit of support. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because y'all niggas definitely need it. I don't know what the fuck James on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all niggas can rely on, I don't know, Shake Milton. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all can pray for it. Who knows? But y'all need the help. But
so damn disrespectful.
Y'all need the help.
I definitely would want to see KD somewhere in the West instead of the East. Just any team in the West, just not in the East. I'm good. Let Giannis, Jason Tatum, let them niggas go at it. Fuck that. Y'all got that shit. Y'all niggas young, got energy. Me and KD, we're gonna go to the West. You know what I'm saying? Fuck up the old niggas. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that'd be good.
How about Kyrie?
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie, I want to. I know how hard it could be, but I would want to see him play with LeBron again in LA. I would want to see that. I would love to see. I would love to see that duo again.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I don't know exactly how hard that can be with them to even keep AD, or maybe they just get rid of Russ. I've seen like the talks and stuff. I'm not really too big on exactly how the math work with that shit, but I would love to see another Kyrie and LeBron.
That would be fine. Yeah,
definitely would be. I'd love to see these niggas.
Career.
I'd love to see these niggas right their wrongs and stay they dumb tails in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Work it out. You know what I'm saying?
That shit ain't happening.
Make it. That's what I'd like to see.
You think we want to play with Ben Simmons, nigga? Did you see that photo?
Yes.
Did you see the photo?
What photo?
Of him in the locker room?
Yeah, niggas, he took a selfie. Talking about ready for the season.
Yeah, nigga, get your man help move.
Bro, hold on. Are we disrespecting Ben Simmons? Listen, I understand he went through a lot.
Yes.
Are we? Yes. Do you don't understand the caliber, Javen? I know you understand it. Like, bro, the caliber of player Ben Simmons is.
Bro,
I know what type of player he is.
He's really good handles.
Y'all are talking about teaming. Y'all about talking about teaming up one of the top 5 defenders in the league with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Y'all are
also talking about one of the top 3 worst shooters in the league, teaming up with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
The best shooter in the league. Well, sorry.
No.
Score.
Best score.
Score.
Yeah, okay. And listen. So what's
hang on. KD's not the best shooter in the league.
Score.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, yeah. Okay.
Listen, I got sources close to the situation telling me that Kyrie to Lakers is bound to happen any day now. Sources close to
I don't want to see.
Let me know. Look, my sources telling me.
I'll tell you here. I'll get mine out the way, man, because it's actually pretty plain and simple. Give up everything. Lakers go all in, get KD and Kyrie, and just run it the hell up. Get LeBron 3 more. Just gut everybody. Give them KD, Kyrie, LeBron James, and me. And the rest of these G Leaguers, and we gonna make it do what it do. I'm trying to get my $1 million contract.
Hey, listen, Quinn. I second motion that, and just make sure, you feel me. Just make sure you pull a who did that shit? Pull a DeMar. Was it DeMar? that did this shit for did this shit for Lil Romeo, yo, when they was at USC. He was like, yo, he said Lil Romeo gotta get in the team too. Do that shit for me, yo. Do that shit for me.
Quinn's legs,
need to see
Quinn's
that,
ankles and knees gonna turn to dust. How many ISOs he gonna get a game?
What?
I got this nigga. This nigga gonna turn to dust, nigga.
Bro, stop playing, man. I'm gonna handle the orangutan just like I'm gonna handle these niggas, bro. It's all the same thing, bro. It's all practically the same thing. God damn it.
Skates.
Like they begging, like
they gonna have that nigga in motion, bro. That nigga
gonna be on
hit with a
skates.
screen. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Steven Adams. Adams set a big
bro. Every other player gonna be at half court, bro. Like they just go at you every
his ass try to catch a damn charge. Is Zion coming down a bro.
Yeah, every time
286. 286. Oh no.
Listen, this is what I will tell you though. Yeah, the NBA just be throwing money around. I ain't gonna lie to you. No disrespect to you, Jalen, yo. You tough, yo. But Jalen Brunson, 106 mil. He didn't even make an All-Star team yet. Nigga.
That should let you know how important it is to prove yourself in the playoffs.
Yo, but listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what. Yo, the Knicks are crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
What the hell are they doing in that franchise, bro?
I think that was
confused myself. I'm honestly confused myself.
I don't understand. I don't understand. They're not getting anywhere.
Smoking reaper. That nigga said, "Who is that? Who's that putting up 20 for Dallas?" Nigga, let me get him.
Who's the nigga putting up 20?
They said, not Luka, not the star, not him, but the other.
He ain't the guy. He ain't the guy. Let me get him.
Yeah,
bro, shout out my man Jalen Brunson, boy. You got to the bag before they caught on to your ass. So you go ahead and run it up, man.
And
you go ahead and run it up.
I'm saying this nigga is about to get guaranteed millions, M's for
guaranteed.
Quinn.
Guaranteed.
All this nigga did was play 8 games great. He played 8 good games. This nigga got
M's. Mama, M's.
Man.
The Knicks said, damn. Damn, I need that.
Same thing. Same thing.
Damn that nigga. Damn that nigga.
Same thing would have happened to
Hall of Famer. Damn.
Same thing would have happened to T.J. Warren if he played last season. Same thing.
Yeah. Bubble Jordan.
Oh yeah, from the Bubble Jordan.
Yeah,
Bubble Jordan.
He would have had a bad.
Hey man,
bro, it's all about that setting, man. That setting can really change a lot for people, boy, because that has people acting up.
Real quick, and I know this was the trade that probably fucked everybody's head up. We don't know what the hell going over there. Rudy to Minnesota?
Yeah. What
the Twin Towers in the Twin City?
Twin Towers. They bringing it back.
Is Cat playing a 4?
Yes, he is. What? Yes, he will be playing the 4.
I'm about to leave. Cat playing the 2. Cat playing the 2.
You say playing the 2?
Cat playing the 2. Yeah.
He's finna bring it up. Cat's finna bring it up.
I know you've seen that video of Kendrick Perkins doing them in and outs and the crossovers. That's gonna be Cat.
Slow ass in it.
That's Cat.
Man, have y'all ever really seen that nigga move? That nigga got like a stiff ass back, bro. Cat
Kendrick Perkins
fucking move. No, I'm talking about Carl Anthony
Towns. Listen, man.
How you gonna pair that and Rudy Gobert up, bro?
As a matter of fact, I gotta know something. I gotta know because y'all brought him up. The man Draymond Green. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's been popping all over the place recently. He's been going on a tear since he won his 4th ring. Draymond said, you know what? I'm talking to everybody. Kendrick, you're a coon. Stephen A. Smith, you're cool. Skip Bayless, you're a clown. I'm not messing with you either. And he went off. So I really wanted to talk to you guys and touch on this new media that he's really trying to push. The new media in which it's really big on not tearing down the players, not setting up these narratives that make them or their people or anything around them look bad, but really analyzing the game and critiquing fairly, making sure that it's mostly a fair shake in the media. making sure nobody gets any preferential treatment. It is what it is. What do you guys think about that style of new media? And do you think that'll overtake the old media eventually? Do you think that this is something that'll...
I will go first. I want to go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Talk about it.
I think, and I'll be real short with this. I believe that this new media wave, I 100% think, I 100% agree with and enjoy what they stand for. But I do not believe in the long run that style
is going to last.
I think they'll see what the old media was worth and why they are the way they are if the new media ever takes over in that way. But
yeah. I you know what's funny about that, Lee? That quote is very real for a reason. If you are a hero long enough, you will live long enough to see yourself become a villain. I butchered it, but essentially that's the exact same thing. That naivety, that good faith, that hope, that it all, man, the business really just sucks it out of you after a while. And then especially if you're in there long enough and you reach a certain status and you reach a certain income bracket as well, like Lee said, there's a reason Skip Bayless does what he does and has been around for so long, as much as people quote unquote hate him.
Yeah. Nah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with Lee. I appreciate what they're doing, but I like
it better. I really do like it better because I prefer collaboration over competition as a personal stance. I prefer that, but
I do.
I think people who are like really in depth with like the sport are going to enjoy new media better. Like people, they want to see.
I like Draymond. I like it a lot.
They like that.
I like it too.
Analysis, but
I like it too.
For the whole, nah, yeah.
It's just because, and honestly, Lee, that's exactly what it is. Because there's not enough people that are really listening to it and paying attention to them details, or like thinking about it with a basketball mind, a football mind, a boxing mind, baseball mind, whatever. There's not enough people that's really thinking just like that. So it's like, to them, it's kind of like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like, I'm just, man, I'm gonna say, then that's why we still have Sports Center.
Yeah, I think the fact that the new media having all these players coming out with their own platforms and everything, this whole new media is a lot better, especially when it comes to the younger generation that also loves, have the same love for the same sports that these athletes play, because these athletes are playing it to the highest level consistently on a daily basis right now. Right. So who better to hear it from than, a player that you look up to, that's doing it at that highest level every day, putting in that hard work and literally telling you exactly what it takes to get to this level and everything like that. I feel like this new media is definitely been really good and, a big positive, like I said, especially for the youth coming up now.
Yeah. Honestly, it's crazy. I remember, I know I was watching the shop, I remember LeBron was talking about, like, he definitely wants to, like, he wants to, like, talk, and be a commentator. And well, not a commentator, but pretty much just talk. And I was just thinking, I was like, man, I was like, in my mind, I was like, yo, that's going to be a great thing for the game, because you really do need more people that truly understand the game, because it is frustrating to hear people that, like, pretty much all you're going off of is just what you see on TV. It's that recency bias for me. I hate that shit. That shit is so annoying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like, and once again, no disrespect to Jalen Brunson, but it's that recency bias, yo. He's not an all-star in the league. He's not a superstar in the league by any means. He's getting, that much money. And I'm not hating. I'm not hating on that shit. I'm a hating ass nigga, but I ain't hating on a nigga getting no M's. That definitely ain't me. That's, what I'm saying? That's not.
Yeah, that's a different type.
Yeah, that's not
different level. Different level of hate.
Yeah. Right, yeah, that's a different level of hate. That ain't no real nigga troll, but feel me?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's some wild shit. But feel me, what I'm trying to say
Come on, man.
Grimy shit.
Yeah, some grimy shit. What I'm trying to say is, but like, I just, like, for you to, like, if you don't really pay attention to the sport, now you getting on, you watch First Take, or you watch, just saying whatever, and now you hear, like, oh, like Jalen Brunson, and you thinking like, oh, he he a star in the league, so you going and looking at highlights, and all you see is the good shit, but and now that's what your perception of, oh yeah, he deserves, but realistically, we talking basketball numbers. He just started doing this last year. He's coming into his game, and it's just like, we need more people that really understand. Okay, yeah, this is what type of player he is. He can do this, but we still got people in this, doing this. He needs to still improve on this. He still needs to show this. He still needs to do that. Because now you got niggas thinking Jalen Brunson is going to change the Knicks and going to make them niggas a championship team. That ain't going to happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And really, it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know.
And tying this all back into the media thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
New media is the one who can drive these players to get these type of deals and endorsements and like movement in their careers. But new media will also be the one driving the knives or the people to put the knives into their backs when they ultimately become who they were in the first place when new media drove them into these positions. Yeah. Like I said, if Jalen Brunson goes to New York after getting that fat deal and averages 14 and 6, like, I mean, they're going to slaughter him.
So they're going to have to, or they're going.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to have to. That's what it's going to take to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like in order just to show that you have that fairness, that balanced sense of what that you're trying to give people, because that's one thing I hate, and they touched upon it even on a podcast Draymond was on. Actually, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand you definitely played the game. You know what it's like to get up at 4 a.m. and put them hours in the gym. And you know what it's like to go ahead and be in the throes of competition, get the death threats, all that good stuff. But that doesn't mean that I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at all the time. And there's never a single valid point that anybody can make that has never not played the sport at that level. Because there are definitely people who are athletes, and they spoke about this, that are like that, where it's like, no matter what you say, it could be a completely valid point. You didn't play. Shut up. And that's something that I want the new media definitely to make sure that they don't lean too player friendly with that. And so in which case you would definitely have to slaughter people if they end up messing up badly when you, like you said, Lee, push them to get something like that in the first place, because it's only fair.
That's fact. That's definitely a fact, man.
Don't want another. You don't want to be too biased in the other direction.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No,
but it creates a dynamic. So and then so you ask yourself, well, maybe they should cool off because at a certain point, the way old media does it, because at a certain point it is like, okay, like this guy, he's a regular guy, like we like because they'll get overboard with it, just like they'll get overboard in pushing them. When they get overboard and tearing those guys down, it really has lasting effects on those very human people. So I mean, it's just. I feel like new media will have a better balancing act of that, but like I said, I just don't think it'll be friendly for their numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. Really, it's gonna really be interesting. The one thing I will say is that if niggas think that if niggas think that like the remote form of the new media is gonna overtake the ESPN and all them, tell you that.
Right.
You think ESPN gonna let that shit happen?
Nigga on Zoom is for the take down.
You think Disney gonna let that shit happen, nigga? Yeah, nigga, that shit gonna be called Doom. That shit gonna be called Doom. It's gonna be called Doom in a hot second.
Disney will buy Zoom before they let a nigga.
Doom. That shit gonna be called Doom. Walt Doom, nigga. Like. Oh man.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's
new
like
media, new media, old media, bro. I got a question for niggas. You know what I'm saying? New media, old. We're gonna talk about the new and the old. You know what I'm saying? All the speaking in the time, bro. Fellas, I gotta know right now. What's one food y'all had growing up, bro, that y'all can no longer eat? Like y'all, it's no
the Glicks.
No, okay. Hot dog. You can't eat hot dogs no more.
Can't eat no hot dogs no more, yeah. And I'm gonna tell you why, yo. First of all, if you eating hot dogs, yo, I found out that what was it, yo? It shaved how many years off your life, Quinn, yo? A hot dog shaved.
I don't recall that one. That's a tough.
It shaved, yo. I'm gonna circle back to it. But a hot dog is one of the most nastiest things ever made out there, yo. It's all different types of like pork and beef just grinded up.
I'm calling cap on the years thing. My uncle lived
I'm looking up right now. I'm looking up.
Listen,
36 minutes. 36 minutes.
Let me tell you something right now. My uncle lived a very long life, and he ate hot dogs in the most diabolical way I've ever seen in my life. He used to wrap the glizzy up in a wet paper towel and throw it in the microwave for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And smack
I've seen that before. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I ain't never seen that shit like that.
And
Yeah, that's
nigga,
so the bread don't get hard and all that shit. Like,
so the bread don't
I've
get
seen that before.
I never seen that, yo. I know the only
Smack
way I ever knew to eat a hot dog, yo, was boil that shit. Put that shit in the water and boil that shit.
Nah,
That's the
bro,
only
like
way I
when
knew.
That is how. Yeah, that's how they was done.
That's
I
the
throw
only
them
way
in
I
the pan.
knew.
I like them pan. I like them in the pan.
But that shit, I can't eat that shit no more, yo. I can't eat that shit no more, yo. That shit, nah.
I can name any number of things.
I was gonna say
I can name a couple things too.
I can name the one off top right here. I would say, and it's not even like a hell. Like I'm not really opposed to like eating too many different foods anyway. But one thing that is like the bottom list, and because of the exact reason of my childhood, would be Chinese food. I don't really like. That's at the very bottom of my list of things to eat because I'm like, bro, I had so much Chinese food.
That great
I'm
wall.
saying, yo, Jamie, you already know, dog. Right next to the food line, I had the goddamn Great Wall at least 2 to 3 times a week, every single week. Goddamn Chinese food.
You was a regular.
Yes, I had Chinese food all the time, so I'm like, all right, I'm good off that, man. I had so much General Tso's chicken over the years. It's just, I love it still, but I can't do it too often, man. I really can't because it's like too much.
I'm gonna go ahead and name mine. You know what I'm saying? Predictable, but you feel me? I used to smack them when I was little, man. You feel me? The Vienna sausages. I'm sorry, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I used to smack the Vienna sausages when I was little. I was one of them niggas. I was one of them. I was one of them niggas. I was one of them niggas, bro. Look, bro. Y'all talk about vulnerable. I give Inside Wolf podcast the real.
Talk about it, Lee. Talk about it. Lee, you was eating the weenies with Lee. Were you eating the cold weenies with the hot sauce?
Yeah, that's the first.
Were you eating the cold weenies with the hot sauce?
Nobody was home. Nobody was home. A nigga hungry. I'm a kid. I go in. I see it used to look cool to me. I was like, hot. I was like, dang, it come already cooked in a can. I used to bust them bitches. I used to bust them bitches over there.
You ain't got PB&J.
I need that too, but bro.
In addition,
listen, yo, Javen, you're talking to a kid who used to eat hot sauce sardines and crackers, nigga. Listen, I used to get it how I got it.
Lee, all right, Lee, listen, we can do this right now, yo. We can do this. We can do the struggle meal right. We can do the struggle meal contest right now, Lee. You talking to a nigga that had the fucking Texas toast with the marinara sauce and grated cheese, nigga. That was dinner, nigga. That was dinner, nigga. Go in the pantry, nigga. You push it together, yo. That was the wave. Listen, yo.
Come on, man. I'm
the weenies, nigga. Not the weenies.
What you thinking, Juan? What was something for you?
For me, it's anything that has the title Little Debbie. Anything Little Debbie, bro. I can't do anything Little Debbie, bro. I can't do it, bro. I just
can't. Are they the ones that sell them little muffins in that little bag?
They do everything.
No, that's Little Bites.
No, that's that's Little Bites.
Little Bite.
Yo, you see this?
That's like all the little sweets at the gas station and shit. Like,
this nigga Lee capping so hard. This nigga, Lee capping so hard. Yeah, because you see how he was like that. That's the shit in the little bag, right? Like, nigga, you know damn well you got some oatmeal cream pies downstairs right now.
Bro, I'm not a sweethead like that, bro. I don't really eat sweets like I eat an oatmeal cream pie though, for real. But I'm saying I didn't know that was that. I eat oatmeal cream pie. I eat oatmeal cream pie.
You tear that whole up.
That's
the dessert after the Vienna, yo. That's the dessert. You said the Vienna.
Hey, man. Talk about it.
Little Swiss roll.
Talk about it
with oatmeal cream pie, niggas.
Well, I'm curious. Is there any kind of meal that you guys have, not even necessarily meal, or just something that you guys have eaten or concocted over the years that may be a little odd, but you know that shit definitely hits if somebody would give it a chance? Just hey, give it a chance. But you know what I'm saying? It definitely hit because I know for myself personally.
Go ahead, Joe.
I'm ready to say I'll start off with mine personally, man. It's my world famous, you know what I'm saying, Spot'em Red Dot sandwich. Feel me? It's a breakfast sandwich. What you do, you know what I'm saying? You go ahead and get your 2 pieces. Oh yeah, you already know. Go ahead and get you 2 pieces of some good, wholesome wheat bread. And you go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, toast both sides of that. Go ahead, scramble you up some eggs. Go ahead, throw that on top of the bread, right? Then you go ahead, put the hot sauce on. Now here's the key, right? You know how when you open the cap of the hot sauce, you go ahead and start throwing it down? Yeah, no, don't do that. Take the cap off. We pour the hot sauce on that. And you need to pour enough hot sauce to where the edges of the sandwich kind of need to start to disappear. The edges of the sandwich need to disappear. You don't need to see the bottom of the sandwich no more. So then you go ahead and salt and pepper that up. And then you go ahead and put the second. No, you want the crust. It's going to be there. You just don't want to see it. You want the hot sauce over that. So then you go ahead and put the second piece of bread on top of that.
Yeah.
And you squish it, wring it out a little bit like a sponge. So that way you don't drip all over yourself. And then you go ahead and throw that down. Spot'em Red Dot sandwich, baby.
Spot'em Red Dot. Yeah, that's definitely gonna kill your ass, nigga.
That sounds like an endless mission on the toilet.
Nigga, you couldn't say nothing normal. I thought we were talking about like semi-normal. I was gonna say a fried bologna sandwich, nigga. This nigga said a Spot'em Red Dot.
Spot'em Red Dot. Nigga said, yeah. You make sure you wring it out. You said wring it out like
like a sponge. You wanna. Get the hot sauce out of it a little bit so it don't drip all over you. And then you go ahead and throw that down.
Nigga, your stomach lining is probably fucked.
Well, I suppose probably why I got the pre-hypertension thing. Carry on.
Oh my god. Well, Lee, was that the one, yo? That was for you. The fried bologna.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say the fried bologna sandwich, bro.
I know, right? Everything after this go. Everything after that shit go see him.
I can't follow that, bro. I can't follow that,
everything after that shit gonna sound delicious, nigga. Like what?
Right.
What you think, Juan? What you?
Man, I was gonna say like a damn bagel with cream cheese or something, nigga. Damn, I don't know.
What? A bagel with cream cheese? That's the most basic shit.
You get that in hotels. What? That's not random.
Oh, you know what? No. The cinnamon, the little Eggo waffles, the cinnamon ones, it's like they like broken up into like little 4 squares.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the best ones. Best Eggo
nigga, you naming delicious shit.
I'm thinking that shit. I'm thinking that shit off the top of my head right now, bro. I'm like, man, that sound good.
Nigga said, I don't know, maybe a bagel with cream cheese. Yuck. Maybe the cinnamon waffles. Like, yeah. This nigga naming delicious food, yo. All right, listen.
Eggo waffles.
This my shit. Listen, this my shit. Because niggas, every time I bring this up to niggas try to tell me this shit is disgusting. Listen. This is a salad that I make every single time, yo. It's a kale salad with chicken. You know what I'm saying? Then you put the grapes in there, the mandarin oranges, the apples, and you put the croutons, right? Here's the thing, though. The Parmesan cheese as well, too, right? Sweet potatoes and the Caesar dressing on top. Shorty, stop. Man, yeah. Look, listen. But niggas are trying to tell me, ew. Sweet potatoes with Caesar dressing.
Yes, nigga.
Yo, stop it, yo.
Sweet potatoes into a salad for.
You can't, yo.
That's kind of crazy.
Quinn, what'd you say? Knock it till you try, right? Don't knock it till you try, right?
Yeah, I guess you got a point.
This nigga put sweet potatoes in the salad.
Yo, but have you tried it, Lee? Have you tried it?
Are
you cooking the sweet potatoes?
In my life.
They are cooked. Yeah.
They're cooked.
Oh,
maybe.
What you thought it was gonna be like raw slices?
I feel like the texture. Yeah, I don't know what you talking about, but the texture of a potato don't really go with salad to me, bro.
Here's the thing, though. It's the sweetness of the sweet potato that goes with like the kind of like the saltiness of the salad. I'm telling you, it mixed together all well.
Like, how do you put it on there? Like, how do you?
So all right, so you put the kale in first, then the chicken, then you put your little fruit on top, and then you put the sweet potatoes, put the dressing on top, and then you shake it all up. And you know what I'm saying? You know how they shake it up.
Also different. Mandarin too is throwing me off. I put apples in salad, but Mandarin.
You don't put the oranges in the salad?
I rock with them, but salad, I don't know. I can't imagine it in a salad. I'd have to try it, bro.
Actually, my actual pick My actual pick actually
what's that? Come on, you got one more chance, nigga.
Your
actual pick is a salad, nigga. Your actual pick is a regular salad.
It's a Caesar. Look, no, for real. Listen.
Caesar salad.
It's a Caesar salad, but I don't use like the dressing. I just get like a regular lemon and squeeze like the actual lemon juice. I don't use no dressing. I swear. I'm dead for real, bro.
40% of all white women alive today do what you talking about, bro.
Are you for real? You for real?
White women across this country put lemons on their salad right now.
There's a 40-year-old white woman right now after getting done her tennis set.
Bro, I got that from my Nina, bro. I never knew that, bro. I never knew that woman did that.
It's the good.
My Nina was black, so I'm like, I ain't never seen nobody do that shit. Like,
you just eat too good, Joe. You just eat too good, Joe. You eat too good.
I gotta. You know what I'm saying? My body is a vessel, man. You know what I'm saying? I watch what I put in there. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all be out
there, right?
You gonna put that spot on Red Got him?
No, hell no.
Gonna put that shit in there,
bro. Y'all not trying to channel y'all inner beast, bro. That's all I'm just trying to say.
That's signing my stomach away, boy. I'm on the toilet for the rest of my life.
You gotta put that spot on Red Dot.
Bro, stomach lining, stomach mining. It's whatever.
And Elite Chopper say you should be.
And y'all get that food when y'all be out there. Y'all be putting that, and they give y'all that lemon. Y'all be putting the lemon juice on your food.
Not in the food, Joe. Not in the food, Joe. Not in the food. In the water, though. In the water, I definitely put in the water.
I guess it depends on the food. Matter
of fact,
a bowl of pasta, and they give
if
you
it's salmon, if it's some salmon,
that sounds like a good idea.
Salmon, you put it on the salmon though.
Yeah, I put it on the fish.
Niggas handing y'all lemon juice?
No, not lemon juice.
Lemon juice. At the restaurant, you ain't never been to a restaurant.
We talking about lemon slices.
Shit,
lemon slices.
Oh yeah. I might, you know what I'm saying.
One type of nigga to put the lemon in his mouth and smile at the words. One type of nigga.
I feel like that's something Kodak would do. I don't know why. I feel like that's something Kodak would do.
Yeah, I'm
not saying. Look at me.
I only do it with like water, seafood, and like my salads.
I can't stand putting the lemon in my water, bro. I tell them, please don't give me no lemon
water.
It's lemonade.
I don't like it, bro.
Life is literally giving you lemons, my nigga.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? I'm glad you said that one. I'm glad you said that. I'm ask you that actually. Y'all niggas ever made lemon? Y'all niggas ever made free lemonade at a restaurant? Yeah.
Yeah.
You said free lemonade.
Nigga, no.
The water glass with the ask for the water with the lemon, put the chicken packets in there and stir it up, nigga. Don't look at me like that, yo. Don't look at me.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Vienna, don't look at me like that, Mr. Vienna.
Nigga, order a lemonade, nigga. This nigga, what are you doing?
I'm not saying now. But have you ever? That's what I'm saying.
You know I've never. No, I can't say that. I've never done that.
I got a personal story. I got a personal story just to explain how it happened.
Go ahead, end it off with that one.
You know what I'm saying? I see. We downtown. You know what I'm saying? We in the city. You know what I'm saying? We going to a restaurant. It's me and a group of other people of mine. You know what I'm saying? Associates, compadres, partners, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So we out. You know what I'm saying? We just happen to walk past this group of I guess some type of Christian school or something like that. I don't really know what was going on, but they were walking into this like fancy restaurant that we just walked past. Amen. So you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my group. I'm like, man, shit, I'm finna go see what the hell they finna eat. They look like they finna eat good, and you know what I'm saying? They got the whole group. They got the whole church assembly. So I'm like, you know, they finna eat good. So I walk in with them. They already got their reservation set up, so they get a table quick. You know what I'm saying? I sit down with them before they notice. I sit down long enough, you know what I'm saying, to get me a water. You know what I'm saying? Lemons was already on the table. You know what I'm saying? A nigga said, you know what, I'm going to help myself, make myself a lemonade. You know, and then at that point in time, I felt like people were starting to notice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, who the hell is this black nigga at the end of the table? You know what I'm saying? Because none of them were black. You know what I'm saying? But
hold on.
They were still pretty nice at the end of the day. They didn't really get too rowdy. I just left. And I pretty much still met up with my group. But, you
went out of your now, nigga.
It was like 5 minutes. That was like crazy. That whole time period was like 5 minutes.
Ain't gonna lie to you, Lee. I agree with you, Lee. That's some crazy shit, nigga. You went out your way. It wasn't even your table. You went over there to that table, grabbed some lemons, nigga. Lemons could have been at your table. All you had to do was ask.
I didn't even have a table there, my nigga. We didn't even go to that restaurant.
All right.
Right.
This nigga was stealing lemons and water.
All right.
It's a group of like, it has to be at least
jaywalk to some lemonade.
Maybe like 7, 8 middle-aged white men. You know what I'm saying? They all got their little like church clothes on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got their Bibles and stuff on. So I'm like, shit, that's cool. Hey, look, they finna eat good. I look like I might help myself. You know what I'm saying? Go get me a little dinner roll.
Like anarchy.
You know what I'm saying?
Anarchy.
I gotta help myself. I gotta
listen to this nigga's story. This nigga walked in like a vagabond and made himself.
I feel. I'm just saying. I feel as if God gave me a gift. You know what I'm saying? That was His message at that time. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple drinks. I had just had a couple drinks too. I had just left the bar. And I'm seeing literally a sign of God walk past me, saying like, "Hey brother, go get you some damn rolls and make yourself some lemonade." And I said, "Hey, I can't help myself. I ain't get no rolls, but I got that lemonade."
This nigga Juan said, "Y'all already had communion juice. Let me get the lemonade."
God.
Yeah. What they said, bread and water. That's all I needed.
Look at how you bless us.
You got that right. You got that right.
I said it before last episode. I'll say it again. Anarchy is the way. I'd like to thank you all for tuning into this episode of the Inside Wolves podcast. We love to create conversations for not only ourselves, but for you guys at home. Make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube. Check us out on social media. Inside Wolves on Instagram, Inside Wolves 1 on Twitter. We got a link tree right in there. Go ahead, check all that stuff out. And thank you all.
There's a big ass nigga cheesing.
A little bit of entertainment, a little bit of enlightenment, and a little bit of fun to your day, y'all. Check you out. Inside Wolves, we are out.
We out.
For more Inside Wolf content, make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit that link tree in our bio to bring you to all our platforms. Let's get it.